tourists? Are you all excited for this tour? Okay, well then me too. First, let us all do a head count to know if we are all complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we are all complete. In behalf of KM's Travel and Tour, I am Kyla and I'm your official tour guide for today who will give you 7,700 reasons to smile. And here with me is our very friendly driver, Manong Anton. Say hi to Manong Anton. Great, we will be your companion for the rest of the day. You can always approach us if you need any help. Before we proceed, there are some friendly reminders and safety protocols that I want you to know so that our tour will be smooth flowing and hassle-free. So kindly keep in mind my friendly reminders. Number 1. Synchronize your time with my time so that no one will be left behind. The time with me is 8 a.m. Second, I have with me a whistle. If you heard me whistle one, that means you are going to line up in front of the van because we are heading into our next stop. Third, I have with me a flag that I will wait for you to locate me easier. I also have with me a first aid kit in case of emergency. There is also a garbage bin inside the van where you can throw your garbage. So, we are about to start our very exciting tour. Alright, here we go. Let me welcome you all in the beautiful province of Bohol. Bohol is the main island of Bohol province, which also includes 75 islands and islets. To name a few, Pamilacan Island, Virgin Island, Balikasag Island, Panglao Island, which we will visit today, and many more. Bohol is a haven of tropical natural beauty. Bohol derived from the word boho or bool. The island of Bohol is the seat of the first international treaty of peace and unity between the native king Dato Sikatuna and Spanish conquistador Miguel Lopez de Legazpi on March 16, 1565 through a blood compact alliance known today by many Filipinos as the Sandibo. Bohol was also the home province of Carlos P. Garcia, the 8th President of the Republic of the Philippines, who was born in Talibon, Bohol. Bohol only has one city, and that is Tagbilaran City. We have now arrived at the Panglao, the island jewel of the south. Welcome, we have just arrived at Panglao International Airport, the first eco airport in the country. It has sewage treatment plant, solar panels, LED interior lighting, energy efficient air conditioning system, natural ventilation for transit areas, and rainwater for watering plants and other uses. In this special tour, we are going to visit the Panglao Church and Tower, leave footprints along Alona Beach shore, visit the Inasaldanan Cave, Nova Shell Museum, Daoist Church, and Bohol Bee Farm. We are now heading to Panglao Church. Keep in mind that during travel, the best payback in nature is by taking care of it and not leave trashes. Also pay respect to the community and always be courteous. As the saying goes, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, keep nothing but memories, and kill nothing but time. Weather update, it is now 31 degrees Celsius with 20% chance of rain. We are now here at Panglao Church. The St. Augustine Church is the second oldest church in the island of Panglao. The construction started in 1894 and was completed in 1920s. As you can see on the ceilings, it has murals of the 7 sacraments. It also has twin antique confessionals carved with grape vein and dove patterns. At the back of the church is the bell tower, the famous bell tower. The 5-story hexagonal watchtower was built in 1851 and the tallest of its kind in the country. Okay, tourists, it's time to go to our next destination. And now, I welcome you to Alona Beach. As you can see, Alona Beach is small, quiet, and a tropical paradise. Alona Beach is famous for its white sand and great scuba diving. Alona Beach was known before as Tawala Beach because it is located in Barangay Tawala in Panglao. It was called Tawala Beach before the Filipino movie Esteban started shooting on this place, on that very shore. Its female lead Alona Alarga lit up the beach when there was a scene where she ran half naked in the shore which drew attention to the locals there. and then that stuck on their mind, and the beach was called Alona. Tourists, gather here, we're going to our next destination. Our next stop is in Hinagdanan Cave. Hinagdanan Cave meaning laddered, or in Bisaya, hagdan. This cave was accidentally discovered by a farmer. While he was clearing his land, he found two holes. As he was curious, he dropped a stone and heard a splash. So he built a ladder, or hagdanan, and was able to access the cave and found its hidden beauty. Aside from its natural beauty, Hinagdanan also holds a bit of history from the Second World War. This cave was once used as a hideout by the locals to escape from the Japanese Imperial Army, but unfortunately, they were still found. Hinagdanan is a karst cave, which means it is made of limestone, boasting several stalactite and stalagmite formations parallel to each other and a freshwater lagoon that is about 10 to 12 meters deep. Tourists, it's time! Our next stop is Daoist Church, also known as the Church of Our Lady of the Assumption. It is located in the town of Daoist in the island of Panglao. The church was named a National Historical Landmark by the National Historical Commission. Apart from being associated with the miraculous Our Lady of the Assumption, the church also showcases neo-Gothic and neoclassical architecture. The church has a watchtower and a bell tower made of corals. Daoist Church was built in 1697 by priests of the Jesuit order, and in 1753, Father Joseph Nepomuceno built a convent in the church complex, which became the official residence of the Jesuit from Lobo. The church convent was also used as a shelter in World War II by nuns from Tagbilaran City. In 2004, Daoist Church was designed as the shrine of Our Lady of the Assumption. A portion of the church front and the portico was damaged when a 7.2 earthquake occurred in the provinces of Bohol and Cebu in 2013. In 2015, the National Historical Commission later restored the church complex before being turned over to the Diocese of Tagbilaran in 2017. Now, I welcome you to Nova Shell Museum. Nova Shell Museum is run and owned by Mr. Kirana Hora. Mr. Hora has been studying these delicate creatures for almost half of his life, and collecting mollusks of all sorts is his passion. It all started when his elder brother introduced him to the mysteries of the sea. His mere hobby has converted into successful business, providing source of income for the family and employment opportunities to the local residents. More than half of his shells were collected in the Philippines upon his expeditions to other islands, but according to some scientists who happened to came on Bohol, Panglao Island probably has the biggest variety of shells in the South Pacific. Mr. Hora has its share of its common and classified shells in the mollusk world. There are shells that could never be seen anywhere in the world but in the museum alone. And there are also shells that were never been classified, and Mr. Hora proudly owned them. Among his collections, the rarest was found at the waters of Balikasag Island and named after Emperor Hirohito of Japan. It is so tiny that you have to use a microscope to marvel its full beauty. But the most prized possessions are the two shells named after Mr. Hora himself. The first was discovered in 1987 and named Bursaki Horai. The other was christened Primavola Horai upon its discovery in 1994. Both these shells were found in the waters of Panglao. Okay, tourists, let us all now to our last destination to visit. Now, I welcome you to Bohol Bee Farm. Bohol Bee Farm is an agricultural haven situated on top of a cliff on Panglao Island, dedicated to bee cultivation, organic farming, healthy eating, aside from growing diverse agricultural produce. As you can see, Bohol Bee Farm also houses a resort and a restaurant where visitors can take a time off from the city, and find relaxation while providing livelihood to the local residents. Now, let me tell you the history of the farm. In the late 1980s, Nurse Victoria Wallace decided to return to the Philippines after her husband died. Wallace went back to the country with her children, and then she purchased a minimal piece of land where she grew vegetables, which she sold to her children's classmates. Soon, Wallace hired 4 workers to help with a small business that she began in 2001. 8 years later, the business expanded into a growing enterprise with 232 employees. Most of them are women. And as of now, the farm prides itself as a hidden sanctuary for agricultural development and leisure. Its 4.8 hectare size site consists of a farm with 60 colonies of honeybees, organic gardens, and a lounge area. Bohol Bee Farm also has different businesses, like the Buzz Cafe. In 2008, the farm took its ventures into the city and opened the Buzz Cafe at Island City Mall in Tagbilaran City. The farm restaurant has a wide array of natural and organically grown food, which includes pure honey spread, honey mustard salad dressing, herb bread, kamote bread, squash muffins, gumamelo hot tea, vegetable lasagna, brewed coffee from the roasted corn, honeyed halo-halo, and spicy flour salad. Bohol Bee Farm also supports different livelihood products such as soap making, organic vegetable farming, and raffia crafts. The products are made, displayed, and used in the farm, which according to Wallace is their way of finding markets. As you can see in Bohol Bee Farm, you can bath in its 2-tiered swimming pool. You can also go for a dolphin and whale watching tour, or enjoy a traditional massage at the Hilot area while facing the sea. Farm also has a restaurant that offers catering, services, and a function area with audiovisual facilities. It is sad to say that this marks the end of our very informative tour. I hope everyone enjoyed and learned a lot from our trip. On behalf of KM's Travel and Tours, I would like to thank all of you for choosing us to be part of your very unforgettable journey. I hope to see you again in your future tours. Enjoy the rest of your days here in Bohol and have a safe trip back home. Again, this is Kyla. Thank you and goodbye. It's more fun in the Philippines, it's more fun in Bohol. Mabuhay!